As Iran now coming to the headlines and everyone's talking about Iran war, all of this and the demonization. And I think we see it in every kind of struggle that comes to the surface is people either victim or threat, and there is nothing in between. And for a culture that is as ancient as Iran, we are so stuck on these smaller and to me, it's not relevant parts of the story. I would love to hear your thoughts on what's Iran to you and how would you speak about Iran and being Iranian?
What comes to mind in our cultures are very similar in this way. But what are the most beautiful attributes and qualities of the Persian or Iranian or Arabic culture? That we love gathering around food.
That
That
was
we
the
are
first thing I thought of.
exactly. Sofre, sit on the ground, truly meet each other, see each other, tell stories, share stories, which is an incredibly big part of our history, our culture, ancient history, by the way. Like, what is an older tradition than telling stories around the fire without sounding poetic, But where around the fire, also perhaps naming, and I don't know how true this is to our own ancient, let's say, Zoroastrian culture, I would imagine, where fire is sacred, But let me, for example, quote or name or reference, indigenous cultures where if one person among the tribe is wounded, then they are healing this collectively. They are hearing it collectively. They recognize that for one, it means for everyone. It recognizes if one of us is fragmented, this is affecting the whole. And it means that if we heal the whole, then the person who's fragmented can return home. And so what is a way of gathering around food, gathering around fire, being in presence to each other, to recognize that we're all in this dance together, to hopefully focus on what bonds us, brings us closer to each other, and what unifies us in those shared qualities that I just named, in our poetry, in our tradition, in our rugs, in our weaving, in our music, in our sound, in our medicines, ancient technologies, whatever it might be. Like as you do, we have traditions around breath, ceremonies around breath. We have Sufism, we have mysticism, we have so many traditions that are there to help us remember. And so how do we tap into not this modern malaise of the hyper-individual mind that has been hijacked by the programming of othering, which unfortunately AI algorithms tend to amplify, that the feed that I see is only reinforcing the bubble that I think I'm in, which is fomenting more